We are entering into the equinox's stabilizing passage, energies that are helping us rehabilitate our DNA. As we continue embodying more solar plasmatic transmissions, removing false programs and galactic anomalies, and embracing our sovereignty. Frequencies that are too assisting in the many planetary body changes that are occurring at this time in the fabrics of time and space. As we continue shifting timelines, moving into a new time-space quantic field. As the reconstruction of our Earth's fabrics continues, and we step more into our new harmonic fifth-dimensional space. I cannot speak directly of what that is, but you will find in the days and weeks ahead of you, and perhaps months. You will find that a great deal is coming about, a great change is coming about. Not only one change, but a myriad of changes all coming together to culminate as one larger change. That is what I can tell you now at this point. When you spoke earlier of the terms brace for impact, it was not about being negative, it was about preparing yourselves as individuals. But more so as the individuals coming together as the collective consciousness and how the collective consciousness is needing to brace for impact. Because the collective consciousness as a whole does not know what you know. They do not yet have the eyes to see and the ears to hear as you have. They are not yet in the more fully awakened stage as those of you are. What transpired in the past few hours has pushed you into your new world in ways you cannot yet understand. It is the difference between night and day. The recent universal shifts, which continue for the next few days, have forced those of you to open your internal messages to a new time and place. Perhaps you find that this is happening in small bits and pieces. Or maybe vast chunks of you will be affected at the same time. It does not matter how or even when it happens, because it will happen in the next few days. What was is no more, especially for those of you who have initiated your transition. You likely believe your shift will be more noticeable because you initiated your transition years or decades ago. Such is not necessarily true. Each of you has a place to occupy in this transition. So, some of you preparing for decades might notice a slight difference, while others with the same amount of preparation time will discover that your life has turned upside down or inside out within minutes or hours. Many of us are passing through a challenging time, stabilizing in our familiar, close circles, which is to our main mission when we are guided, together with our Templar/grid/fabrics work. As long as you remain within divine love, all that occurs will be embraced with joy and gratitude. As we feel with every challenge opportunity, we are growing in love, wisdom, and power. Stabilizers, new Earth's anchors, grid workers, Earth's keepers, and timelines as shifters, be prepared for the acceleration that is coming with the Aries eclipse. For we are going to be constantly anchoring, decoding, recalibrating, stabilizing, and bridging the restored grids and Earth's spaces with the fifth dimensional ones. The animal kingdom also requires assistance as they continue transfiguring into illumined beings. Like us, they are too passing through this process, and our main task is to support them and give them shelter and care. The geomagnetic storms that on March 14th hit our planet, together with the eclipse's frequencies, caused lots of changes in our Earth's magnetic field. Plasmatic transmissions that are meant to help us in the human transformation, we are choosing to trigger at this time, activating our light bodies and preparing us for physical ascension. You do this in your daily thoughts, where you have more positive thoughts coming through. Yes, we know that you also have some negative thoughts. We know that you cannot fully control your thoughts at this point, but you are moving more and more in that direction to be able to control your thoughts. More and more to be able to think positive thoughts. And that is so important, because remember, every single thought that you have, whether negative or positive, goes into the collective consciousness, goes into the universal mind, goes into the quantum field. It is all one and the same. And those thoughts become a part of the collective consciousness as that collective consciousness draws those thoughts to them. So that is how it works. So no, whenever you have a sense of negativity within you, just simply as you are aware of it, change it, change that thought, but also then change the feeling within. And when you change the feeling, you are also then changing the intention of those thoughts. So think about that moving forward. Of course, that last statement ensures many of you will catch your breath in fear, for you assume it means something unpleasant will be the action affecting your life. But because you shifted from fear to love, your transition moments will be about the light instead of fear. Your fear days are over not because we of the universe's relay that such is so, but because you are no longer of 3D and accept the premise that light permeates your being and life. Even though many of you want to believe this is true, you are afraid your reality will continue to be the fear you maintain 3D Earth lifetime after lifetime. Including fear boundary statements like, "This is bad, but it's God's will." Or it could have been worse if this happened. Bargaining with yourself to contain your fear. Such fear boundaries are no longer valid. It is what it is. There is no justification or sugarcoating necessary. Your fears, actions, joys, interests, and love have become your responsibility. If you do not like an action or phrase, you will change it. This is a quiet time as the many retrogrades confirm, for those of you who resonate with these periods. A time for us to focus on the recalibration and stabilization of our nervous system, fascia, and atlas bone, as guides recently shared. The three of them are key to helping us integrate and to co-stabilize all the codes we are processing at this time. My guides recommend as well to decrease the amount of time we spend with devices such as computers and phones, and even disconnect Wi-Fi for long periods, if we can. These waves often interfere with our personal field and our integration process, as they create many disturbances in ways we are not yet aware. Focus instead on aligning heart and brain, distilling lower energies, thoughts, feelings, and other influences that impede you from being who you are and remaining in the purity of your being. Above all, choose to be the compassionate being that you are in all situations, with all beings and forms of consciousness, for it is there where we show our self-mastery. Yes, indeed, move forward, be in the moment, all of this, that is important. But do not forget that being in the moment in each and every moment is indeed creating your future, creating your individual future as well as the collective future. So embrace the impact. You embrace the impact. There is going to be a great impact coming, not only for you as individuals, but even more so as the collective consciousness is ready for that impact. Ready for these changes that are coming forward. Changes in truth, truth coming forward everywhere. It is about all of the negative understandings that are going to come forward and be brought to all of those that are ready to hear it as truth. I'm Sananda, and I leave you now in peace and love and oneness, and that you continue to prepare for the changes, prepare for everything that is coming forward. But even more importantly, as you are preparing for all of that, continue to be in the moment, enjoy the moment, be the moment. Even though that last example might seem fearful, you will no longer depend on others to create what you need, because you have the necessary skills to fulfill your needs, not in the traditional 3D formats of bleeding, wishing, hoping, and praying, but skills within your being. You are not expanding fear elements. Instead, you are negating fear because you no longer need to depend on others. You are the complete package who does not need to fear any outside force, as you were trained to do 3D lifetime after lifetime. Most 3D life changes rely on the input or energies of others. Your fears developed because those you depended on were often unreliable or unskilled. Within the next few days, you will learn that you can have it all merely by proclaiming that all is well in your world and expecting that phrase to be accurate. No more and no less. Whether or not that person over there concurs with your assessment or actions, all will be well in your world. But if you continue to depend on others, including your governments, friends, relatives, employers, or significant others, you will discover that little will change in your world, most definitely in your skill set. This is when you will fly to the freedom to be if you dare. You have nothing to lose, for your 3D world has ended, and everything to gain because your skills are complete and ready to activate. Allow yourself the freedom to be, including those dreams that seemed unrealistic in 3D, then act upon the resulting thoughts.